This is a Shot from the Point special report.
Hey everybody, it's Tommy C from A Shot from the Point, here to give you a Shot from the Point updates. Hey, how do you like my broadcaster voice? Yeah, there you go. It was a gift from God. What can I tell you? Listen, I'm here to give you some updates on what we're going to be doing in the next couple days when it comes to Shot from the Point and a lot of other things. First things last, the podcast. Me and Jake have decided to do it after the Stanley Cup is awarded this year, whether it be tonight and or Wednesday night, no matter who it would be. We're going to say our goodbyes in the final podcast. Now, we have not decided when we're going to start the season next year, but you can bet it's going to be late September, early October, just before the season starts. Jake has mentioned that maybe we might do a summer show or something like that. I'm not interested in it, and Jake's too busy, from what I understand, with his big move down to the Jersey Shore. So, final podcast will be after the Stanley Cup's awarded. I think that's the smartest, best way to do it. That means you might get the show Tuesday. It means you might get the show Thursday, as it stands. So, that being said, first things first, last things last. And we're going to start with, our NHL video rant section. Unfortunately, I did not get to do a lot of NHL rants, which has kind of started the whole Shot from the Point channel to begin with. There's a reason for that. I never felt comfortable shooting in my new apartment. I moved apartments since last year, and lighting's an issue, and I just don't like the way it looks, and I never really felt all that motivated, and we also didn't have a tripod or whatever you call it. But that being said, and also I don't think I don't think our rants were all that good. I'll be perfectly honest with you, and I'll take full responsibility for it. But that being said, we'll be doing a final rant and a goodbye. In that rant, we will be showing the logo and the new look for next year, which should be really cool. Maybe even some new music, something along those lines. So check it out. Saying our goodbyes, both in the podcast and the rants. Now, we're not going to be totally abandoned when it comes to Shot from the Point over the summer. We will be giving you best of. There have been 2 shows already recorded back in April, if you can believe that. And it's going to go over the 2000, or at least it's going to start with the 2012 playoffs when we started the podcast portion. Originally it was the rants, but then it became sort of a podcast show, and that's what I like doing the best. So we'll be going back in time, and we'll be covering not so much the playoffs of 2012, but just some subjects and some funny things that came up during those podcasts as this show kind of developed to what it is today, and then it's continuing to develop after that. So stay tuned for Shot from the Point Best Of. It should be coming to you every Wednesday, 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Well, actually, I'll make it 12 o'clock. I think I'll make it 12 o'clock, European time, so it'll be 6 o'clock at night, right when you get home from work if you're on the East Coast, or maybe just a little earlier if you're on other coasts or other time zones like in Canada. So stay tuned. We're not totally abandoning everything. Now, the game as it stands, if you're entered into the game, here's how things work. If I, for somehow, some way, win this thing, I'm certainly not going to award the prize. Well, you're saying there's a real prize? Yes, I am. I'm not going to award the prize to myself, of course. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send the prize to the person who is in second place that is not closely associated with the show. And you're saying to yourself, well, I thought it was kind of a gag. I don't want Jake's smelly hockey jersey. No! If you want Jake's smelly hockey jersey, I'm sure I'd be happy to send it to you. But no, you'll be getting the new Shot from the Point logo t-shirt. That's right. I decided to put the cash in and send you a t-shirt. So if you finish up in second, and please, if you do win, please take some pictures in front of something. Not in your living room, maybe outside, doing something goofy, and so we can use it next year. We also promised to have the winner on the air. Now, that promise may have to be pushed up till next year, unfortunately. So that's it. So that'll be offered in a Shot from the Point special report. We'll be awarding the winner once all the math is done and we can get in there and what have you. And like I said, if somebody's closely associated with the show, be it me, Andy, or Jake, then we'll send it to the second place person and take a picture and what have you. All right, I think that's pretty much where it stands and where things have gone, and that's where it goes. So we'll be saying our goodbyes. Podcast watered after the Stanley Cup. A final goodbye with the Rants and new logo reveal, possibly music. The game will be announced on Special Report. The winner gets a shot from the point. New logo, T-shirt, and please pay attention to Shot from the Point best of, some old stuff that we did when we started it. Used to be a sort of a after the playoff show. We started that during the Eastern Conference Final, Eastern Western Conference Final last year, and we covered a lot of funny things, and it developed into a weekly show after the lockout the very next year. Hey, I really appreciate everybody's participation this year. I'd like to announce, well, I probably should announce this before, but we had a 50 influx, 50 subscribers this year. That's really, really great. No, it's not 1 million. It's not Ray William Johnson numbers, but, it will do. We are creating a community. We're setting up what I hope to become a permanent community from people that look at hockey and talk about hockey and feel about hockey the way we do, the lighter side of hockey. That's what we do. The fun part of hockey. And we're, not afraid to use dirty words and act silly to do it. You're not an expert, and neither am I, according to Andy Sutton. So, stay tuned, and we'll be saying goodbye. And then after that, we'll, of course, see you next season. We'll be new and improved, ready to go with a new logo. Thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in from A Shot from the Point. This has been A Shot from the Point update from Tommy C. Thank you. Jake, thanks you. Peace.